Uh, just a small introductory here from myself. My name obviously is Keith McGrory, and I'm the inventor and founder of the HighTower Telescopic Paint Bucket System. My background comes from construction and property development, and whilst being on the tools and hands-on, it was approximately 5 or 6 years ago, I found myself converting an old property in my hometown here in Waterford City in Ireland, and I was completing the refurbishment and redecoration of an old Georgian building. And this old Georgian building had very high ceilings with cornices and molds. So as you can imagine, you're working at a height and you have a lot of molds and a lot of brushing and prepping and sandpapering and filling. So I found myself one evening, 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, up at a height. I was getting tired, and I basically had that light bulb moment when I did say to myself, there has to be a better way than this. And it was that light bulb moment when I thought of, why can't I have all my tools, paint and equipment with me at a height at all times to save me from climbing up and down the ladder or jumping on and off a platform when I found it very tiresome, and basically late at night it was troublesome with health and safety. So that was a light bulb moment. From that moment, I basically went after that night, and I developed a tripod system. I basically got a universal tripod, and I made a wooden box, and I put it on top, and I started to get a bit of, started to dream up the perfect system. And I suppose that's what I have developed now today into the HighTower system. I've basically developed a full multidisciplinary bucket system, which will cover all painting, decorating, wallpapering, basically the ergonomics of it, working from a ground level, which I'll explain in a moment. I have the system over here. I'll do a bit of painting and demonstration. But my design process worked from the ground up. So most painters and decorators at the moment are holding paint kettles on their hand, and they have a stress point. Or a lot of retailers or DIYers are leaving their paint tins or paint kettles on the ground, and they're bending every 5 seconds. So they have a stress point and they have bad backs. So with the HighTower system, it's developed that it starts off at waist level. As you can see, the bucket system is here at waist level. Again, I'll show you in a few seconds with how it elevates up and down and how I can paint at a height. So by starting at the waist level, that means that the tripod system is on wheels, it's movable, and it can maneuver around the room freely. It's a metal tripod system. It's very strong, durable, and it's got a good weight on it, a good center balance. And from that, the big problem that I was solving when I came up with my light bulb moment was when you're working at a height. And we've developed the HighTower system that if you're working up around 3 meters, 3 meters plus, the system is always at your waist level. So that means you're not going up and down any steps. You're basically just picking your tools or your paint as you need them. So it means that you can go up with, as you'll see in a moment, I can go up the ladder. I basically can take out my sandpaper. I can start sandpapering. I can start filling, prepping. I can actually take out my wet brush, cut in. I can take out a wet mini roller, 4-inch roller. I can roll. I can take out a wet 9-inch roller. And on that, as I explained, when you're at a height, it's very hard. There's a lot of products out there that try and solve working at a height, maybe having hooks on ladders, attachments on bodies. But the HighTower system has been designed to be the independent product beside you that's not hooked onto yourself or not hooked on the ladder. So again, we've thought of safety, that it's there, independent, at a height, very easy to use, tools at arm's reach, and basically making the task at a height much safer and much more controlled experience for the painting and decorating. And I suppose the big problem, the unique selling points that we've developed out of after developing the product is you're not ascending or descending on the ladder with paint or a brush in your hand. And as we all know, we've clearly stated it on our websites and on our research, the World Health Organization on ladder, there's a lot of regulation in the USA of ladder safety that you must maintain 3 points of contact. And with the HighTower paint bucket system, this offers the painter and decorator a 3 points of contact at all times whilst working at a height. So that means at the moment there's a lot of paint kettles, there's a lot of paint tins, there's a brush in the hand. So basically, people aren't adhering to the regulations. It's impossible. And that's where our patents and our trademarks and our full utility patents cover. It's all these practices that we've developed that we are giving people an option that they can maintain 3 points of contact at all time. So it's again, the unique selling points. You're working at a height, less ascending and descending the ladder, so it's safer. Painting tools at arm's reach, and again, it makes a faster and a more efficient paint